One of the biggest expectations of citizens in Sierra Leone after the war is electricity from Bumbuna. To those who need electricity in big cities such as Freetown or small towns such as Bumbuna, it is about supply, cost and consumption. To those whose rivers, mountains and valleys make electricity from Bumbuna possible, it is about safety, livelihood and the environment. While urban communities in Freetown need adequate and cheap supply of electricity from Bumbuna, rural communities around the dam area need access to electricity, safety, and the recovery of the environmental, social, and economic losses caused by the project. This is what makes Bumbuna a dual challenge, and this is why bilateral and multilateral donors, such as the World Bank, have been supporting the people of Sierra Leone to make Bumbuna a win-win situation for all. But making Bumbuna a win-win situation entails a lot. Since the war ended in 2002, development partners have supported the Ministry of Energy and Water Resources through a series of projects to ensure that the supply of electricity from Bumbuna benefits both citizens who consume electricity and citizens bearing the environmental and social impacts of the power generated from the Bumbuna hydroelectric dam. The primary objective of the current World Bank project is to assist the government, relevant authorities, and communities in satisfactorily addressing and mitigating the environmental and social impacts in the project area. Under this support, which ends in September 2012, the establishment of key institutions are being pursued. These include the Bumbuna Watershed Management Authority as the agency responsible for the sustainability of the dam environment, the Emergency Action Unit for handling any possible abnormal situation, the Loma Mountains National Park as an environmental offset of the project, and the Bumbuna Trust to finance the sustainability of the projects. As at November 2011, key gains made by the project are as follows. 1. The Bumbuna Dam has increased the quantum of electricity supply to Freetown since power generation started in November 2009. In September 2011, the dam registered a peak load of about 32 megawatts of electricity and it transferred about 17.81 gigawatt hours of electricity. 2. Due to the successful engineering interventions as well as the emergency response preparedness drills and awareness-raising activities supported by the project before and after the impoundment of the dam, international experts have declared that the Bumbuna Dam is as safe as any other normal dam in the world. 3. To even make the community safer, the procurement process has commenced for the supply and installation of sirens to forewarn communities of any abnormal discharge of water from the dam. 4. In the same vein, as an experienced permanent engineer who will oversee the safe operation of the dam would soon be resident in Bumbuna. 5. To mitigate the social impacts of the project, the resettlement action plans have been updated for communities around the dam and reservoir areas and those around the 161 kilovolts transmission line. The resettlement action plans will also include a re-registration of all project-affected persons residing along the shoreline of the reservoir and dam, as well as those residing under the transmission line. 6. The Bumbuna Watershed Management Authority, which is to ensure the safety and sustainability of the dam and upstream community activities around the dam area, is now operational. 7. Actions are underway towards the development of the Loma Mountains as a national park, which also serves as an environmental offset of Bumbuna and a source of revenue for ecotourism, a practice that is increasingly hailed across the African continent as worthy of emulation. In spite of the gains made by the Bumbuna project so far, a lot remains to be done. Among the key challenges remaining before the project closes in September 2012 are 1. How the government will take over the financing of critical activities left behind by the project, such as watershed management, safe operations and livelihood support to communities, among others. 2. Improving on the efficiency and safety of power supply from Bumbuna by managing the transmission and distribution network improvements, especially in Freetown. 3. Completing the compensation to the eligible project affected crossings under the transmission line and around the dam and reservoir areas as provided for in the Resettlement Action Plan. 4. Putting in place a sustainable system for biomass clearing, navigation channel markings in the reservoir, and water quality monitoring. 5. Establishing the Loma Mountains National Park and ensuring its continued operation. And 6. Setting up and managing the Bumbuna Trust in a way that ensures continued financing for critical activities for safe and sustainable operations. If the above challenges are addressed on schedule, it is expected that the electricity for Bumbuna will be available, affordable, and sustainable. The project will set an example for environmental and social compliance and will pave the way for more donor funding for Bumbuna Phase 2, which will ensure additional electricity for the country, where power supply is currently accessible to about 6% of the population. At the end of the day, the present generation of Sierra Leoneans will be proud to tell their children of tomorrow that the story of Bumbuna was a story of an environmentally friendly, green, affordable, and sustainable electricity for all, where no one is the loser, not even the tiniest butterfly in the Bumbuna jungle, nor the agile monkey that roams from tree to tree.